Okay, so did the plan change from the original time that you started to the time that you had to actually get up to that centerpiece?
Yes.
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 Okay, then it changed again when you had to come back again.
Yes.
Why?
Because the barriers were in the wrong spots.
Yeah.
And they really were in the wrong spot, weren't they?
Not in different spots, but they are in the wrong spots the second time.
Was that, now problem solving to me is, there's a few things. Was it fun? Was it challenging? Was it, this is so frustrating, this doesn't make sense, I'm confused?
Challenging.
Challenging.
Fun.
Fun. So, you know, we can do that in our own lives, right? Like, even when things are, like, I know we're working with horses, and that's just such a treat. However, we can still take those pieces, what made it fun and exciting to problem solve? It can't just be because it was horses, and some of us don't even know it. That's so funny.
Even when people are of the mindset of I want to get something done right, I have to do it myself. Right? Does anybody have that going on sometimes?
No.
No. When you get out there and all of a sudden you have to depend on other people and other teams to be able to solve a problem, is it difficult?
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely, it can be, right? But once you guys all got the plan going as a overall team, did it make a difference?
Yes.
And
Huge
going
difference.
to the right, like that took probably 5 minutes to figure out is that clockwise or counterclockwise to know if that was the way. Yeah. And I
Or
say,
do we have to cross the path?
yes.
And then what do you do when you're stuck together with another team?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is so many,
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
but you know, everyone was very patient. The only reason why we know everyone was very patient out there is because your horses actually kept waiting.
I'm gonna say the only one who wasn't super patient the entire time was Comet.
Comment.
Yeah, Comet was very clear, like when,
His was boundary thing too and get going.
oh, see, very cool. So
Yes.
even, no, I didn't mean for you to scratch at the screen. But even with that piece, he still could gain the patience once the plan was developed with everybody. Did you notice he didn't do that when everybody was on the same page and moving? Right? It was
And
because
Bonnie and Mark were
something
on the
was
same
happening.
page there, yes. And I love that you recognize when we're confused. If you're confused, the horse will not follow because you're not safe. That means you're not, you know, you just got to change it so you're on the same page, thinking and feeling the same thing. But each of the teams were very different. Again, we got the China Cathys over here, but they were always making plans.
Like super tasked, like having fun, but then they got there
seriously.
like, okay, so then the next
We
one,
knew
this is
blah,
what's
blah,
gonna
blah,
happen.
blah. It was really exciting to watch these two analyticals go with JR. I really love that.
How did JR work with it though?
She's really good. Yeah,
Like-
fantastic.
You guys were definitely on the same page because you did plan like that. So JR had no issue moving with your team,
No,
which was really cool to see too, because she gives a little bit of a fuss sometimes if not everybody's working as a team, and you guys, she obviously was right in with. Like,
did you notice too, they were, whichever one they were at, they were on the same side when we came up the first alleyway? And I thought, now is anyone observing what it is that those two did?
I noticed that on the second one when they did it.
Doesn't that make it easier to also see what someone else is doing to know if that will be successful for you? Again, Shirley saw right away Carolyn walking across the two alleyways. She goes, she did 6 steps. That's how far it is. Like, I'm like, that's brilliant to bring to the team, right?
seriously, I didn't even pay attention to that.
No, yeah.
You don't have any rules.
The disco team. Now, the one challenge piece that through your problem solving, you were problem solving constantly together and then as one unit. But that was interesting. His big thing was no go, no go, no go. Until what? What did you two need to do to solve that?
Take a step back, breathe, release, and go both in the same direction.
Can we use that in life?
No, yeah.
That was huge, but at the end, now this was interesting because they're doing their thing, talking to Disco, and I said, Gabby, come over here, or the team, come. They didn't even think, they walked, and Disco, not even a tight lead rope. So that's the piece I want you to really think about, because you see how much you had to keep pulling and tugging? You don't need to do that. Because you guys just showed, look at that, I just go this way. When you were both on the same page with that clarity, he's like, I got it, I them. Because now they're safe. So wasn't that cool to see that difference?
So my question is then, when we had to, well, I don't know, maybe we didn't have to be on the other side, on opposite sides, but when we were, that was like tough to get them going. But it was great advice, just take a step back, lead again, no, okay, take a step back, give him a little slack, and then, okay, let's go. And then he was like, okay, all right, you're serious.
But that is a very good question, because Tracy kind of said something about that, or no, maybe it was Vonnie. I forget who asked me this question. But
Somebody said something.
could you have gone in even through the opening in an alleyway? Like those alleyways were open. Would it have been easier to start and then go out to the sides? You see, like that was, you could have done whatever was within the two rules, because really,
We did eventually, yeah.
Okay.
we did,
Yeah.
Yeah, we did eventually
And it
start
made it-
inside and, yeah.
better for obviously, because pulling and tugging.
Yeah,
it's
'cause
like,
when you're-
it feels bad.
You know, the horse is like, okay, what am I doing? Like, you have to be
Yeah.
on this side.
Yeah.
You try and get ahead, but you're still so far apart. When we were together, you just,
Boom.
yeah, just nothing. Like, okay, we're going this
Exactly.
way. As a like, as
It
a
made
whole
sense.
unit, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my sort of question. It's like, okay, well, we're so
Well,
far
every
apart.
individual interprets the rules
different.
differently.
Yes.
And unless you ask, how will you ever know, right? Because unless you ask, you're just guessing yourself. You were asking lots of questions out there, but you know, it really is interesting. We can think about it inside, but if we're not asking, you see, we're getting ourselves confused inside. And that affects the horse, because it's like, what if we could do this? Why can't we do it like this? But no one's saying, can we just do it like this, right? And we have decided with this game, this exercise, that there is only going to be the two rules.
Which ones?
We're gonna
We're
take
gonna
away the
drop
two hands.
the two hands.
So that you
Oh.
could use two hands is what you wanted. Because otherwise I think that just is.
It's too complicated.
Yeah.
Stepping over the rail or moving the rail is a great one, and
And
dropping
6
the lead
steps.
rope is perfect, because it only happened once. But again, it was a safety thing. So here's this horse's bum coming towards Vonnie. Brilliant, smart woman that you are as a leader. You dropped it. Why? She wants to be safe. I wouldn't even do a consequence for that, because the consequence is you're safe and smart.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, it just couldn't, it wasn't gonna happen.
No.
I was like, I'll stick a clothespin for this.
Yeah.
Just so you know though, some people would risk it to not get a clothespin.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, no, I thought that was great.
Team Faye, I thought,
Team
did an
Faye,
amazing job
yes.
as well, because Faye was pretty chill out there most of the time. And how was the communication for the plan going for you guys each time?
Well, I think initially we were
We kind of floundered,
floundered a little bit.
but then we figured it out fairly quickly. And it was kind of like, okay, so who will get longer lead, who will get the shorter lead, which side will we walk on? And at one time I wanted to walk together and she said, no, let's do it. Okay, got it. And
Just
then
planning
it
the
was,
crossings too at the same time.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah,
these
so at
guys-
the start of each aisle or path,
Where do we want to end up?
yeah, how do we want to set up so that we're set up for the next path?
And that's one thing I really noticed, because at the beginning you guys were really starting with like planning almost every detail, right? Or trying to get that piece going. And then once you got to the second one, it wasn't about the every detail, it was that where do we want to end up for the next piece?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, that's long-term plan formulation. When you get one side of it done, then you add on to the next piece of it too, right? And that was really interesting that that's the piece that you dealt with, was not the itty bitty little bitty ones all the way through, but rather all the pieces that you need to apply to the next one. So I thought that was really neat with Faye. And Faye was just
She was just on.
Oh,
just with you. Yeah, that was very
I
nice
love the
to
horse's
see.
name is Faye.
I know, right?
She came 6 weeks after Mom passed away. Yeah, I know, very, very cool. Love our bonding members too, so yes, just a great mom day.
Faye's everywhere.
Yes, exactly. Did we get everyone?
Yeah.
The JR team? Fun, I love that you had so much fun out there.
Just
That was
smiling.
so great. Yeah,
All right, so do we want to do a quick word?
yeah, so pick a word, something that your horse taught you about you today. Any of the problem solving, your plan development, your formulation, whatever it is, whatever word it is that you choose, like mine would be adaptable, because no matter what, you guys were adapting to whatever was rolling out there, but your horses were still really, really in with you guys. Yeah, there might be some tough things moving them or waking them up or not coming too close to their boundary, but the horses were in with you guys today, so that was really exciting. So you don't have to stand in line, just pick a word you want adaptable, you can take that too.
So you want us to say what the horse has taught us?
Yeah, something that you learned about yourself today with your horse talking.